Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 1st of 2022, and over a week ago we got the final episode of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series that starred both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, and a lot of fans have had a lot of criticism over the series and exactly how it went, exactly how it ended, and a lot of fans are expressing those opinions, and of course we have seen time and time again that Disney is not happy with some of those opinions being thrown out there about the Kenobi TV series. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that we already know is that Ewan McGregor was indeed executive producer for a majority of the show. He only had so much power to call the shots on specific creative decisions. You know, he didn't really have all that much creative power as a lot of fans would think, but he did have some. And he had the most influence over episodes 5 and 6, and I believe it's very possible that that is why those two episodes were probably better than episodes 4, 3, 2, and 1, at least in my opinion. Now, moving forward from all of this, alright, one thing that a lot of fans have been very confused about has a lot to do with the roadmap of the Star Wars universe. Now, as of right now, alright, there is an Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2 currently in the works by Disney and Lucasfilm, and they're already in the early stages of developing this thing. They're going to be announcing it by this fall at Disney Plus Day, and of course at D23, which, by the way, D23 is going to be very important for Star Wars this year, so keep your eyes open for that. Now, with that being said, everything related to the Kenobi TV series, we already know that Ewan McGregor has stated tons of times that there is so much footage that was left pretty much on the cutting room floor that they could have made an entire other series with that footage. Now, tapping into that, alright, Ewan McGregor was able to open up a little bit more about all of this with the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, now out on Disney Plus with the finale already released. Lucasfilm is already working on a Season 2 for the show moving ahead. Now, further is described, however, that actor Ewan McGregor recently has been more vocal about his time working on the Kenobi series, where he was eventually given the chance to reveal more about Kathleen Kennedy. Ewan McGregor went on to say the following to the fans: "Well, when we were working on the Kenobi project, we had so many ideas to actually make it into a full-on trilogy of movies. This is something that I and Hayden were on board for. We were going to bring in so many beloved characters from the prequels that were really going to surprise people out there, you know? But Kathleen Kennedy didn't want Kenobi to be in the theaters. I will never forget when she came up to me and said Kenobi may not be big enough to put on the big screen, and that she was worried about the traction from the fans not meeting the revenue expectations for these films. Myself and Stuart, the original writer, of course, you know, we had so many amazing ideas for the trilogy." He's talking about the trilogy that Stuart talked about. "We weren't just going to focus on Darth Vader and or Reva, but also some of the other iconic villains. This time we didn't really have any Inquisitors in the movies, but Kathleen Kennedy didn't want Kenobi to go into the theaters and felt that it wasn't a big enough character for the big screen again. She believed that the character died down in popularity or something. At this time, Hayden was not attached just yet, and told me once that this is the guy that caused the criticism of the prequel trilogy films, and that I had to remember all of that. So when we were planning the trilogy, Kathleen Kennedy did not want Hayden back for the movies, like, at all. It was sad, you know, because I thought at the time she would have came to her senses and brought back Hayden because of Vader right off the bat returning." So let me just, you know, focus on something here. So Ewan McGregor basically pointing out the fact that the main reason why Kathleen Kennedy did not want a Kenobi trilogy had a lot to do with the fact that she was worried about the revenue outcome of basically how well it was going to perform in the theaters. She believed that Kenobi died down in popularity. I don't know where she gets this from. Kenobi's probably, and still remains to be, probably one of the most popular Star Wars characters, right up there with Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo. He's up there, especially Ewan McGregor's portrayal of the character, absolutely. So I don't know where Kathleen Kennedy got that idea from. It sounds like it was pretty much a way for her to get out and cast blame on something in order to just switch this over into making it into a TV show. Now, the thing about a TV show, the main reason why she made this into a TV show was to keep the budget low in case that the fans did not actually take the time to actually invest all of their time into the Kenobi series. And you can see that it turned out to be pretty much like that. A lot of fans, had a lot of problems with the Kenobi series. A lot of it had to do with the fact that this show was rushed. A lot of it was the fact, also, given that Kathleen Kennedy was pretty much, lending a hand in some of the creative choices. Now, pushing forward from all of this, this is where things begin to pick up. So, he goes on to say, like, at all. It was sad, because I thought at the time she would have came to her senses and brought back Hayden because of Vader returning, but she only wanted somebody else to go into the suit without even showing Vader's face in the beginning stages of the trilogy. When the trilogy fell apart, that's when we eventually got Deborah Chow signed on as a director, and she convinced Kathleen Kennedy to bring back Hayden Christensen. However, we had filmed so many Anakin material that never made it to the final cut of the show. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how much we shot for Anakin that Kathleen said was not even suitable for the series. It broke my heart a bit because it was nice to see Vader and Anakin again. I just wish that we saw more Anakin other than what we were allowed to put and use in the final version of the series. So it really tore me apart a bit. We had shot so many other Clone Wars era flashbacks, and she didn't want to go into that too much, as she felt it would have been too repetitive for the series. It was pretty sad, actually, also, that we were forced to also cut down Qui-Gon Jinn scenes from the TV series. So, in case you guys did not know about this, Qui-Gon Jinn scenes were cut down drastically. He was supposed to have 5 minutes of screen time, and that was all cut down to seconds worth, below a minute. So, Qui-Gon Jinn in the actual finale, you guys may recall, is when Kenobi's on his Eope, he sees him, his back is turned away, and that's when he turns around and says, well, it took you long enough. I was always here, Obi-Wan, you just weren't ready to see. Something around those lines, right? We were supposed to get a very elongated scene of Qui-Gon Jinn actually communing with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, I don't know about you guys. This might just be me. When Kenobi first sees Qui-Gon, he doesn't seem all that surprised, as I thought he would have been. If you guys read some of the canon lore material, the first time that Luke sees Anakin's Force Ghost, he is shocked. I mean, besides the fact of what he saw him as in Return of the Jedi, he was shocked when Anakin actually appeared to him in a very more vivid way. Here, Kenobi, is just like Master Qui-Gon, didn't really seem all that shocked or surprised to see a Force ghost for the first time ever. It just didn't really make that much sense to me, but it worked, I guess. It was nice to see Liam Neeson back. It was nice to see Qui-Gon Jinn back. At least we got something, right? I just felt like Kenobi could have been a little bit more enthusiastic or a little bit more shocked about seeing something so, out of the ordinary in the middle of the desert. But overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.